welcome to the very first intro of Coach's Corner. So, I'm actually going to be your host, Dante Street, also known as Coach Street. So, just going to kick back and kind of explain to you what we're going to be talking about over the course of time and exactly what we're looking to accomplish by the show and what kind of value we're going to bring to you. So, let me just kind of start off by explaining who I am and what I do and where I came from, a little bit of my background. So, once again, my name's Dante Street. Players call me Coach Street. I grew up in Napa, California. I was actually born in San Francisco. So, but mom, moved me from San Francisco to Napa at a young age. Mainly, mom had to get us out the hood. But anyways, moved to Napa and played, youth football, Napa Saints, and grew up to move on to Napa High School. And I actually learned a lot from that program. A lot, as in really just values of football and what it meant to be a team. The team's always first. It's basically team, school, family, all of those meshed into one, to where that everything is just as important. So the other part of brief stint is I did go to McClymonds High School in Oakland. Big shout out to Coach Alonzo Carter, who I believe is at San Jose State right now. So congratulations on getting into that D1 level, Coach. You were amazing and quite the character as a coach. So those that went to Mac High can definitely understand that. But Napa High, though, with, big shout out to Coach Troy Mont, Jerry Dunlap, who was my head when I was there, Coach Bobby Lee Herlocker, John Cabot, really just instilled so many values into us in that program. And I mean, even if you look today, the numbers speak for themselves, to where Napa has put up consecutive San Joaquin championships, division titles, MEL. I mean, the list goes on. It's just what we call in this game a program. Okay, so playing at Napa High, you learn a lot of things. I mean, everybody is looking the same on the field. The socks are up to the calves, and that still, to this day, actually happens. And I'll actually be speaking with one of the Napa High coaches in one of our segments here to kind of go over a little bit more about that program and some of the things they do. But anyways, played at Napa High, graduated in 99, just telling my age. Then I can't tell you that I didn't have the most successful career in high school, but I did learn work ethic, and I learned how to work hard and bust your tail for something. And part of it was because there were times it didn't catch on to me till late. And but I will say that, again, the values that school taught in me today is values that I bring now onto the coaching field myself for other students. Not other students, but other players that are still in the game today that I coach. But I will tell you, though, it is one of the greater programs out there, and definitely I think they lead by example with a lot of stuff that they do. But again, about me myself, I moved on to San Diego. And started off at Grossmont College. Went down there with not that successful of a high school career. I felt that I was big enough and had the size. I was 6 foot 225. And I felt that I had the size to play at the collegiate level, and I did so, and actually really busted my tail and took a lot of my Napa High values into that program, and started at number 8 on the depth chart for middle linebackers, and then moved up into a starter. And so that was a really awesome deal for me, and learned a lot under Coach Dave Jordan. So big shout out to G House down in San Diego. Definitely injured myself and wanted to like to play further, but I don't want to say injured myself, but blew out 7 muscles on the right side of my spine, stopped playing, etc. So that moves us up to now of fast forwarding to my coaching career, where I got my first opportunity through a good friend of mine, Kirk Anderson, who is the D coordinator now at Napa High. He started off coaching at Miraloma High School and kind of got me into it. And, I always wanted to be around football. I love football. Football is life to me. And, my first year at Miraloma was in 2012. and I learned a lot under Kirk, who we also learned a lot from, who I coach with now, Coach Don Hefferman at Burbank High School. And really, it was challenging. It was definitely a program that you're looking to turn around, but the experience I'll never forget. Definitely the kids that I coached there, and the experiences that I hope that I reached out to some kids and changed their life. So now coached 2 years at there, took some time off from coaching as I wanted to focus on my career, as I'm not a teacher, so I am in a 9-to-5 type of world, which is very challenging at times to be a coach, because a lot of the times they want you on campus at 2:30. So working a regular 9-to-5 job, that's kind of hard to produce sometimes, to be out of work at 2 or 2:30 and be at the field by 3, no later. So but took some time off, and then actually went to Hiram Johnson High School, as I had overheard they were looking for coaches at the time, and I literally just walked on campus and met Coach Nick Martinez in the weight room and just asked him if he was looking for coaches, and I explained my background, kind of like what I'm doing today, and got on there. I was the defensive line and wide receivers coach, so that was a very challenging part for me, as I did not know nothing about how to coach wide receivers. I'm more of a defensive guy, if you haven't been able to tell that already from the position I played. But it was very challenging. It was definitely a challenge program where they still have their challenges today, and I did learn a lot, though. I will definitely say that I did learn a lot from that experience. We didn't really have a very successful program or seasons there, but I think it definitely helps you reflect and look at yourself a little bit more as a coach, and what you can do to change your approach to the game and how you get kids engaged. So that's just a little bit of the history of me, and so I am now in my 5th year coaching, and I will actually be coaching at Burbank High School this year, and I will be coming in as their running backs coach. So for me, that's more of an opportunity to get over to be able to learn under Coach John Hefferman, who to me is the local godfather of the triple option. So I'm excited, and we've already been getting to work, and a lot of great things to come this season, as I hold high standards and hope for some great things to come to Burbank in the upcoming season. Now, moving on to Coach's Corner and what we're going to be talking about. So the fun stuff, we're going to be meeting with coaches around the local area. So we're going to be talking to high school coaches, college coaches, and God willing, NFL coaches. That is what we are looking to do. So, the goal is to get John Gruden on the show one day. Would love to talk to him, and definitely pick that man's brain about football. I'm sure we could talk for hours and have multiple shows. So I don't want to say one, but some of the things that we're going to discuss is some of the issues that happen along high school football. There's always a lot of talk of schools recruiting, unfair practices that kind of sometimes are getting overlooked, etc. So we're not looking to bust anybody out. We're definitely not looking to throw anybody under the bus or anything of that nature. But it's just coaches talking. And I think this is going to give you, the public, an opportunity to see what it's like in the life of a high school coach, as we will be going out to the field. You will get as much access as we possibly can and that we're allowed. We'll definitely show you some behind the scenes stuff that happens with the school I coach at in my day-to-day as we move forward. The other part of it is we want to really show what coaches do in regards to how they help change kids' lives. And I think personally that coaches nowadays, some do not get enough credit. And I think there's the big names out there, the coaches from De La Salle, you have Ambrosini at Grant. Also some of the things Coach Ray is doing up at Antelope is amazing. So big shout out to Coach Ray and his whole Antelope staff. You guys are doing some amazing work up there with back-to-back undefeated seasons. So I'm sure it's not if you're going to. It's only a matter of when you guys will probably get a state title up there at Antelope. So we'll definitely be keeping our eyes out on you in the upcoming season. But we also want to bring the value of showing, the leadership that these coaches do. But we're going to be interviewing players as well. So this is not just Coach's Corner. This is more where we interview just coaches. We're going to be talking to everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm a people guy. I love to talk and build relationships. Hopefully we'll get some of my former players on and they can kind of tell you how I've gone about my business and, how it is to work with me on the field. But other than that, hey, we want to get everybody tuned in. We're definitely going to be doing some Q&A shows as we go forward. We'll be discussing also offensive breakdowns at times, defensive breakdowns. I mean, we got a lot of jam-packed stuff coming up. So, it's going to be great. Just wait till I get my boy Coach Anderson on here, man. That guy can talk forever about football, man. It's going to be awesome. So I definitely... this is our intro. This is my very first live video that I've ever done in regards to anything that's going on the internet besides somebody filming me in a college moment that probably, I hope, is forever gone. So other than that, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I got so much more coming up for you. If you have any ideas or anything you want to discuss as a coach, please feel free to shout me out. I will definitely be more than willing to bring you on and talk. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. And, the one thing that we will leave off with always is, why did you fall in love with football? And I will answer that question with, I fell in love with football because it brought me closer to a brotherhood of friends that I still carry this day and that I cherish. That to where I have friends from football that if I was to get married tomorrow, they would be at my wedding, and that we've known for decades. And so it is the just value of the camaraderie that it brings and the memories that you will cherish for a lifetime. So that is definitely something we will ask every guest that is football related or to their sport, as we will explore other things as well. But big shout out to everybody that's tuning in and watching this. Thank you. The support, the love. I appreciate it. Comments, how we can improve, etc. Definitely all more than welcome. And negative too. So negative too. We welcome it all. You know what I mean? So thank you. Once again, this is Coach Street signing off. We'll be talking to you soon. Stay tuned for another episode of Coach's Corner coming to you live.